The Midnight Hearse. They say it rolls in with the fog, silent, spectral, its wheels never touching the ground. The Midnight Hearse. An ancient carriage drawn by shadowy, skeletal horses whose hollow eyes burn with a faint, otherworldly glow. The reins sway loosely, gripped by no mortal hand, for no driver sits upon the high, cracked seat. And yet, the hearse moves steadily onward, following roads long forgotten. It always appears at the stroke of midnight, its ghostly wheels creaking as they turn. The fog follows it, curling around its blackened wood panels, thickening the air with the chill of the grave. In its wake, frost clings to the ground, the earth growing brittle and pale, as if touched by death itself. No one knows where it comes from. No one dares to find out where it goes. But those who see it, they don't last long. In Hollow's End, old folks whisper of the first to see the midnight hearse, a gravedigger named Samuel. It was autumn, the wind howling through the skeletal branches, moonlight barely piercing the swirling fog. He had been working late, shoveling the last of the earth over a fresh grave, when he heard it. The creak of wheels. He turned, eyes narrowing as the mist parted, revealing the hearse standing motionless at the edge of the cemetery. Its horses were still, heads bowed, empty sockets staring into the earth. The carriage door hung slightly open, a sliver of darkness visible within. Cold dread washed over Samuel, a shiver crawling down his spine. Then the wind shifted, and he heard it, a faint whisper, echoing from within the carriage. It was his name. He stumbled back, tripping over gravestones as the whisper grew louder, more insistent, the shadows within the hearse shifting, writhing. He could feel its gaze, a cold, hollow stare that pierced his very soul. He fled the cemetery that night, his footsteps echoing through the fog, but the whispers followed him. For 3 nights, he heard it outside his window. The creak of wheels. The soft thud of hooves. And that whisper, faint but unrelenting, calling his name. By the 4th night, his bed was empty, sheets cold and undisturbed. The townsfolk found him the next morning, his body slumped beside an open grave, face twisted in terror. There were no footprints leading to or from the cemetery. The midnight hearse became a legend then, a story told in hushed voices around flickering candles. Some claimed it carried the souls of the damned, eternally searching for the graves they were denied. Others believed it was a harbinger, an omen of death, arriving to claim those whose time had come. But the truth was darker still. One by one, others saw it. A widow mourning at her husband's grave. A priest closing the church for the night. A child chasing fireflies near the cemetery gate. Each heard their name whispered from within the carriage, each vanished soon after. It was said that if you looked closely enough, you could see faces in the fog trailing behind the hearse, faces twisted in silent screams, eyes wide with despair. They were the souls it had claimed. But the midnight hearse never stopped. It never lingered. It simply passed through the fog, wheels creaking, hooves striking the ground without sound. It was as if it were searching for someone. One evening, old Martha Peters, the village historian, stumbled across an ancient journal hidden beneath the floorboards of her crumbling house. Its pages were yellowed, ink faded, but the words were unmistakable. The journal spoke of a man named Elias Blackwood, a hearse driver who made a pact with shadows, promising his soul in exchange for wealth and power. When the time came to collect, Elias tried to flee. But creatures of darkness are rarely cheated. He never made it to the crossroads. The hearse was found overturned, its driver's seat empty, reins dangling loosely over skeletal horses whose eyes glowed with a sickly light. The carriage door was slightly ajar, shadows seeping from within. It was said that Elias was cursed to drive the hearse forever, gathering souls to replace the one he tried to keep. Martha's hands trembled as she read the final entry, the ink smeared, as if written in haste. It comes for those who see it, calls their name, drags them into the shadows. I hear it now, the wheels, The whisper, my name. The journal ended there. Martha never spoke of what she found. She knew the stories were true, could feel the cold dread creeping through her bones. She drew her curtains tightly each night, never once looking out the window, no matter how loud the creaking wheels sounded outside. The midnight hearse still passes through Hollow's End. They say it comes when the fog rolls in, silent and spectral, its wheels never touching the ground. And if you stand close enough, if you dare to listen, you might hear the whisper from within, calling your name.